Why settle for good if you could be great?
There's a famous author called Jim Collins who wrote the book Good to Great, and he said in that book that good is the enemy of great. And I really do believe that, just because what he's trying to say is that complacency in life is going to steal the purpose and the outcome of what it could be, because you've settled on good. And if you really think about it, through time, you don't ever hear somebody talk about somebody was good at something. You always, the only people that are recognized are the people who achieved greatness. And you know, and greatness is really more of a mindset than it is anything else, because anybody can be great in a particular field. It's all about what you set the expectations for your life and where the bar is. And so I think what happens when you settle for good, then that settling for good in one part of your life is going to translate into other parts of your life too. So that's what people don't understand, is that it's not a pick and choose what you want and you get to apply it. It's really about thinking about this from a way of life standpoint. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. If it's worth doing good, it's worth doing great. And when you apply that principle, just listen, my marriage could be just good, and I really wanted to make it great. As in addition to making my marriage great, my relationships are going to be better. My work life is going to be better, because I'm holding myself to a higher standard in that part of my life. And you can't really compartmentalize those things. When you get that skill and that mindset, it's going to translate into everything else that you do. So yeah, good is the enemy of great. You're stealing what you could be by accepting what you are.
I love that. I feel like if you have that good enough kind of attitude, you're almost putting a cap on what you can achieve.
Yeah.
I think it's something that you can apply to everything. You know, I mean, like when you're saying like I'm going to the gym, that's good, you know, but or my health, it's good, but you know, it could be great. And I think just like what Sean said earlier, that it applies across almost everything that you do. If you apply this mindset to it, your whole life can be different. I mean, your whole life can change based off of just taking those extra steps to be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, it's from a personal standpoint. Once I started to understand that, my workouts, the things that I do that are important to the growth of whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you know, those things that, you know, I had a higher expectation of myself, and I knew that there was more inside of me. And so that it gets back to the self-evaluation and really being honest with yourself. If you're settling in any parts of these lives, man, make the change now. You know, it's not that hard of a change to make. It's you waking up and saying, what I'm doing now, I could give another 10, 15, 20, 30%. And guess what? Maybe the outcome of where your life is going is going to change when you put in the extra effort. We always talk about the people that have the most effort, the people that have the most action, the people that can think the best are the ones who come out ahead in this game called life. So why would you not do this? It just takes your mind to believe that you can achieve more than you're currently doing, and you're on the path to being great.
Yeah, and this also, it puts the weight on yourself. It doesn't put your weight on anybody else. You're not dependent on anybody except looking in the mirror and saying, what can I do better to help myself? And I think it might sound a little selfish, I guess, but it's more or less how do you achieve more through the things that you can do, the way that you can impact your own body.
Yeah, be selfish. Listen, it's nothing wrong with being selfish as it relates, selfish related to your personal growth.
Being intentional.
Yes,
yeah.
you should be selfish about that, because think about it, the people around you are going to be better off the better you are. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for the people around you. You know, that's sometimes people have to do that. They have to have their why. They have to figure it out. They won't do it for themselves, but they'll do it. It's like if you just rephrase it and say, hey, don't you want to be healthy and active and all for your kids and grandkids and great-grandkids? You know, people will make a decision because, you know what, that makes sense. That's worth going the extra 20, 30%.